Greetings and welcome back to Switched to Linux for another edition of the weekly news roundup. Yeah, I'm going to talk about a lot of fun things today. One of these, Facebook's now stealing emails. You know, it'd be an interesting thing if Facebook news would ever actually end. That'd be a funky thing. Funky thing indeed. But how is everybody doing this evening? I hope y'all are doing well. Michelle, how's it going there? Loopy's on. Greetings, Loopy. Snap, how you doing, Snap? You feeling better now? Q and Fiend, greetings to you. You can like the video. The kitty was online, you know. All right. Yeah, chat is slow today. Chat is slow. Not quite sure what's going on. Had to reload in order to see the reply. Woke up with a nasty cold Wednesday morning. Been sick ever since. That's not good. Well, get yourself some herbal tea. Put some honey in that. Rest. Oof. Yeah. Oof. 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 Oof. All right. Never mind. All right. Probably compounded by the crap internet where I live. Can't wait until Easter break is over. Yeah. 2 Memorex 32 gig flash drives for $10 off. Very cool. Very cool. Sudo apt remove Facebook. You forgot purge. Remove and purge Facebook. Clock? I don't know. I can't pronounce your name. I'll call you Clock. How's it going there, Clock? Sorry, man. There's some words I just can't pronounce. CJ readies himself for battle. That's right. KO2610, your number is up. How's it going there? All right. Quentin Liebert, how's it going there? Jessica Fermi, hello. Thomas Holt, greetings to you. Happy Good Friday to all y'all as well. Yeah, internet's crap right now. I'll have to watch later. All right. Let's see. Yeah, me and Toss are on at the same time. That's unfortunate, but, you know, hey, I always do my news at 9 o'clock, so, oh well. I looked at that and said, maybe I should move mine, but, you know, I set my schedule, and my work schedule goes around it, and so it's an unfortunate thing. We'll have to be on at the same time, but anyway, what we're going to do is we'll jump into the news. We have 2 sections. We have a boatload of articles under privacy and a boatload of articles under business. Yeah, under Facebook. Actually, I think Microsoft mostly dominates business this week. Microsoft is doing crazy, stupid things. Hello, user 1987. Peabody. Yes. Okay, Facebook is amazing. Why so much hate? It reminds me of the days behind the Iron Curtain. That's right. Ferrum. Did I say Fermi? All right. It's a Furby. All right, we'll go ahead and leave my comments there, and let's jump on in. All right, let me find my sections. Start recording. I don't want to forget recording. That's bad when I forget to record. Welcome back to another edition of the Privacy News here on the Weekly News Roundup. These are recorded live Friday, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also catch these short blips as well. And today we're talking about our private internet access as our affiliate link for the day for support. If you want to help support the channel, check a look at private internet access. If you need a VPN, you can connect up to 5 devices with PIA, and it'll block ads. It will block a lot of tracking scripts. A lot of things that I kind of tell people to make sure you avoid. You can actually block it by using private internet access. You can use this link, and for $83 up front, you get 2 years of access to the system, and they have servers all around the country. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into our privacy news. And first up is tracking phones. Google is a dragnet for police. I don't know why this is news, but the New York Times thought it was news. Maybe they're behind the times. Ooh, ow, that one actually hurt. But anyway, this deals with one of the ways that Google works with law enforcement in order to help track down places of crime. So, you know, some incident of crime goes on and the police estimate an approximate time, they'll do a blanket warrant to Google and say, let us know every device that was in range between this period and this period at this range of location. And then if Google complies with such a warrant, then they will go in and grab a lot of data and just hand it on back, which basically means that even if you are completely innocent, they are going to be investigating you because you might have been in the vicinity of the crime. Now, the biggest problem I have with this is like, well, I have nothing to hide. But the problem is that oftentimes police aren't looking for who did the crime. They're looking for who they can convict for doing the crime. And that sounds like a subtle difference. But the reality is, if you're just kind of maybe a weird guy, not liked in community, maybe you even have a criminal background, but you're trying to clean yourself up and you walked in the vicinity of where a crime may have occurred. Now they're watching you closely, and if they can't figure out who did it, it was automatically you because you got the history. This entire principle needs to be completely burnt with a whole lot of fire! Stop! Fire! No, that's not a fire screen for the day. I just wanted to go ahead and use that. Just because the reality is, just because you walk in the vicinity of a crime does not mean that the police need to fully investigate you. It's 50-50, you know, for me. Actually, it's more like 20-80. I kind of see 20% why they might want to do this. But the reality is, this is too much information. This is too easy to access by law enforcement, and oftentimes these come with a gag order, so the company like Google cannot inform you that the police are looking into you. And I just feel a little turry about that kind of stuff. That's kind of the problem and the issue with that. Other Google news. Now, Apple did this a while back, I believe. Now Google has added it into Google Pay. If you link your Google Pay to your Gmail account and any type of ticket sales or things like that, then what will happen is the Google Pay can scan through your email and automatically connect all those tickets and other items into Google Pay. So this, of course, is a little goofy. I just don't like this degree of sharing data. What's wrong with going over and switching applications? I had this conversation with a friend this week, and he's like, he kind of wanted to put Snapchat on the phone, not because he likes it. In fact, he hates it, but it's like, it's the only way a couple people I know communicate. It's like, dude, they're on their phone. Like, can't you text them? It's on the phone. They don't want to take the time to leave Snapchat and go to the texting app. That is a new kind of lazy. All right, and for that same reason, I'm not a huge fan of this type of stuff where you're syncing too many things together. You're taking your manual ability to think and to do things, and you're basically allowing the computer algorithm to share more information within itself in order to pass this information out. That to me is a little bit scary. But it's not quite as scary as the facial recognition spreading all over the place. So this says 97% of departing airline passengers will be scanned with facial recognition within the next 4 years. Now, there is a little bit of a misnomer in this. They didn't identify it very clearly, but this means leaving the country. So if you leave the country, this isn't just you hop on a plane from here and you fly over to there. That's not what we're talking about. All right. We're talking about if you're actually leaving the country or entering the country, you're getting scanned. Now, the biggest concern with this, now I have two big concerns. Number one big concern is it's only a matter of time before this gets spread to domestic flights as well. This is kind of what's behind this Real ID they're trying to implement across the United States. They're trying to get it to the point where you need a Real ID or a passport to fly even domestically. And this just starts to encroach on the concept of what United States actually is. But that's number one principle about this, is that it will spread to domestic flights soon enough. All right, it was just kind of slowly roll out. It was a big deal 6 months ago when I think it was was it Delta? It might have been Delta. I forget. But they were in Atlanta, Georgia, where this jumped in. And now now they're getting to 97%. Now it's like, well, maybe we just need to start scanning just the big airports, and it'll become all airports pretty soon. Now, the number 2 concern that I would have with this, let's see if I can remember my number 2 concern with this. My number 2 is that they're grabbing all this information, they're creating this database, and this is yet another point of access that they can pin and connect to any other intergovernmental agencies in order to gather a lot more data than the government should have. This is the type of stuff that our Constitution tells us is none of the government's business. We as citizens need to say, stop, slow down, this is inappropriate. I am an American citizen and the Constitution protects privacy from the government, not from the company. This is where we get this turnkey principle that it's perfectly legal for you to willingly give it all to Google and then for the government to get it from Google. That's something that needs to stop. We need to clarify that ruling in the Constitution to say the government cannot get that stuff from any source at all outside of a very clear warrant, which isn't a blanket warrant, but a specific warrant. This is the person, this is the place, this is the time we need the data. Now, we can rest very assuredly that Microsoft is not the one selling the facial recognition. It turns out that Microsoft has turned down facial recognition sales because of human rights concerns. All from the very company that will not stop the military defense contract and produce weapons of war at protest of their employees. Scratch your head on that one for a little bit. Oh, no. We'll sell you weapons of mass destruction and HoloLens super soldier creation stuff, but no, we're not going to sell you facial recognition. I think there's more to this story. But they did basically cite some human rights concerns that facial scanning needs to be regulated, and they are the tech company leading the charge in calling for regulation of facial scanning. So that's kind of good. It's just a little bit of the pot calling the kettle black. This one should be in silly news, but you know those Harmony remotes that you get? Well, they have a brand new one. It's $250, and they've gotten rid of pretty much every functionality except these 9 buttons that appear to be back, home. It's a hamburger button. I'm guessing a menu for the TV or whatever. A rewind, a play pause, a fast forward, a volume up, volume down, and mute. And what's the big thing in the middle? Alexa. That's right. You will be able to start talking to your Alexa. Talking like, hey Alexa, turn on the Xbox. So this thing's creepy. When you get in there and push the button, it's going to scan your network and then give you a display list. I'm guessing you're syncing it with a smartphone app or something. I'm not sure how you're syncing it. But you sync the thing up and it's going to go through your whole network. It's going to detect all of the stuff that's on the network and automatically configure it with all of the stuff. And then you just use your Alexa button to talk to it. Alexa, do something. Alexa, change the channel. Alexa, I've become lazy. Alexa, order popcorn. Alexa, order unicorn meat. Confirm. I mean, that's all I need to do, man. There's application for this device. I mean, come on. You're sitting there watching your stuff. You see an amazing ad. I mean, it's Easter, right? Cadbury cream eggs. Cadbury cream eggs. You just have to pick up your remote. Alexa, order me Cadbury cream eggs. Confirm. All right. And then you're going to get, there's the applications. Now, the remote doesn't do that at this point in time. I don't think. Didn't notice that. But that's an ongoing thing. I scratch my head about this kind of stuff. I mean, we are truly a dumbed down society. I gotta get rid of this. This kind of reminds me of, remember in Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the dog days, right? When they give him the starter smartphone the starter cell phone that only calls home and 911, you know? I mean, so this remote reminds me of. Oh, how do you turn on the TV? I don't even know. I don't know how you do anything with a stupid remote without talking to Alexa. That's the last thing I need is for Alexa to be recording everything that I'm doing with a remote. Hey Alexa, turn on the Xbox because I'm a nerd. I can't push the button myself. Lordy. But if Alexa doesn't scare you enough, if you're just like, I don't know. Facebook is now working on its own rival to Amazon Alexa and Apple Siri and Hey Google, and what's the Samsung one? Is that still a thing? So think of this. All of the Facebook stuff, all of the leakages, all of the craziness, all of this, all of it. Facebook now wants to get into the voice automation. Like Louis Rossman's getting a little upset and loud and about Google collecting everything he's been doing on the voice thing. Rightly so. Good for him. Good that his audience is now informed about that. But now we have Facebook wanting to get into this? Oh yeah, this is not going to end badly at all. Of course, they're trying to implement this. Oh, is this creepy picture? Yeah. They're trying to implement this. I think they want to get this into the Portal devices. You know, they're trying to get their Portal devices into every home. Now they're trying to do that. It's kind of creepy. Kind of creepy indeed. Kind of creepy indeed. But yeah, it turned out that Facebook over the last week, they unintentionally uploaded 1.5 million people's email contacts without their consent. Now, this is not 1.5 million email addresses. This is the entire email contact list of 1.5 million Facebook users. Now, think of that crazy rule of 7 thing, right? Where this 7, I think they call it the 7 degrees to Kevin Bacon, I think. That you are within 7 degrees of any person on the planet. You know, I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows, and you do that out 7 times, the average person could know everybody in the world feasibly. 1.5 million people's email contacts were upgraded. I really think that, considering that 7 degrees of Kevin Baconiness here going on, that Facebook now feasibly has everybody's emails. Now, they did say, oh, this is unintentional and we're deleting the addresses. Yeah, we believe you, Facebook. We believe you. So there's a little bit behind how this happened. Again, the news articles that I have listed here, you can go read all the news articles, are on the Switch to Linux website. But yeah, this is just the latest. They're grabbing all of this information, and now, of course, of all of this kind of stuff. From NBC News, the United States is now looking at ways to hold Zuckerberg accountable for Facebook's problems. And I've been saying this for a long time, people. A long time. That the way to clean up America and the way to restore this land to capitalism rather than corporatocracy where we are now, it is to hold executives legally responsible for the mishaps of their companies. Okay? Now, I will certainly agree for a total confirmed accident. But the challenge is the way the legal system is set up. If a company were to get caught being anything from completely malicious to totally negligent, if they're even caught, 5 years later, they'll get a fine that was maybe 5 to 10% of the total profits they made from the malicious thing. When corporate executives start going to jail and being barred from being an executive from any other company for the rest of their life, and all of the assets that they made for the company get stripped away from them, we're going to see corporate America clean up in a hot second. That's what it's going to take. So to this end, the FTC is looking for ways to hold Zuckerberg accountable for Facebook's problems. The problem is the way our legal system is set up, it's probably not going to happen. Of course, Facebook, as you imagine, is going through and trying to block all that kind of stuff, but that's kind of that. What do you guys think? Let us know. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Again, you can help support the channel. Have a look at the links above me or in the description down below. And follow along on the social media accounts if you want regular updates. All right, let's see. Where are we at on our comments? From Intel's ME, that's so old news. Yeah, I'm actually sick of people telling me about it at this point. All right. Loving Ubuntu 1904. Tell Carmine to adjust his schedule. Now, Carmine does his at random times. I think it completely spaced him that I do news at 9 o'clock. That would be my guess. No, he does his, Carmine does his videos at random times to account for different people in different time zones. So every now and again we have an overlap. It doesn't happen much, but. Loopy uses PIA. Very cool. Police need to get a warrant from a judge for one device. Yeah, and they need to demonstrate that they have sufficient cause that it's that device. Yep. Sounds like a general warrant. Yep. That's the best part, but hanging out with my own kitty is even better. Hey. Oh, my kitties. My kitty's down there like, yeah, that's asleep. My kitty's asleep. And the new MacBooks will physically disconnect the mic when the screen is closed. 20 minutes and I will physically disable any mic. But can you bring it back? I have the gas. Where's the fire? Our police here does the same tracking but seems to apply to a better criteria. I don't know if it's written properly, as they don't target just anyone with questionable content, bad, worse. Well, what they were doing in that case is they were utilizing location data to identify potential suspects. They need strong evidence to wiretap, and this is not strong evidence. Yep. Right to privacy. This is illegal. Yep, it should be. The thing is, though, is that you have consented to give all that data to Google. That's the problem. You've consented to give it all to Google. Isn't a democratic republic, that's for sure. No. Law around the whole world, more bent and twisted than Dee Snider's famous band. This may fly for international travel. Domestically, it should be unconstitutional. Yep. But they'll do it, and nobody will care. Okay, sheeple, I will do anything. Yep. Okay. International flight from a citizen needs no facial scan. The politicians need to be brought to trial for treason. Yep. I agree. Smart as a smartphone is just an acronym. Stupid material. I don't know. How do you turn smart into making people stupid? Mamma mia. Mamma mia. I just want some pizza, mamma mia. All right. Do not buy anything with the term smart in its name. It's a tracking device. Yeah. Secret militarized armaments in residential technology. Ooh, that's fun. I saw the movie Idiocracy. I did not. Facebook needs to die with fire. Yes. You're going to put on Google recording his voice. Creepy. Yes. Very cool. Is it 6 degrees or is it 7 degrees? I don't know. Facebook needs to die. ISPs need to start blocking Facebook. Yeah, I agree with that. Start blocking Facebook. Need to throw these people in jail and drop Facebook about 2 years from now. Yep. Will hyperlink Bing be allowed in all browsers except browsers except... Wait. Will hyperlink Bing be allowed in all browsers? Don't know. Every day, our fight for creating and keeping alternative medias running makes more sense. I'm lucky to be a former creator, currently producer. We can still win this. Hello, Keegan, and hello, STS. How's it going there? Facebook, maybe just go down the most corrupt corporation in American history, and that's some kind of feat right there. Yeah, that's an impressive feat. No warrant required since the Patriot Act. Well, that's the problem. Patriot Act is unconstitutional. It needs to go. Right, Kitty? Does the Patriot Act need to go? What? You want to come up now? You want to come up now? Do you? There you go. Okay. 1 second, and I can physically disable the mic forever. Just stick a screwdriver or something through it. Yep. Microsoft and Google are worse. Yep. Yep. Set up an open source project, convert privacy policies to English. Yeah, there you go. It's very easy. Feed anything in and you have a simple output. You belong to us, your children belong to us, your life belongs to us, your data belongs to us, everything belongs to us. You have no rights and you can't sue us. How's that? Have we done a good job? Apparently Mozilla is now becoming less friendly to free speech. Yes. Mozilla's in a crisis right now. They don't know who their audience is. Mozilla's audience is the people who want nothing to do with Google and Microsoft and data collection and the culture war. That's who Mozilla's audience is. And they are alienating their audience. If Mozilla is still around in a few years, I will be surprised. Unfortunately, that's going to leave us with Chromium. Facebook has your contact list and can sell it worldwide. Yeah. Thumbs up for the kitty because he doesn't have any. That's right. The kitty is without thumbs. He needs some thumbs, guys. He needs some thumbs ups. Dual citizens wrote the Patriot Act. Corrupt citizens wrote the Patriot Act. The internet is getting too much like Skynet. I agree. Copy the first version of Patriot Act. I was bent when I read it. Imagine that. Zucker should be put on the community service every year. Compromised a minute in time served. Yep. Now running on top of Chrome. No, I don't think Mozilla is running on top of Chrome right now. They are a completely different engine. They use a completely different rendering engine underneath. All right, let's see. Waterfox browser has good support on Arch Linux. I'm using Waterfox on Arch right now. It runs fine for most things I need it for. I still use Chromium for doing Hangouts calls, but other than that, Waterfox does work well on Arch. All right, let me get ready for my next screen setup, and then welcome back to the business section on Weekly News Roundup. These are recorded Fridays at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the shows live or just watch these short news clips instead. So today's affiliate link for sponsorship, if you want to help support the channel, you can check out A2 Hosting if you are in need of a website for your business or maybe your personal applications. I run all my websites, all my clients' websites on A2 Hosting. They have great service. And they have some really good, really reasonable rates. Easy to use platforms. You can manage your emails, your personal cloud system. I run my Nextcloud on here and all my emails. So have a look at those if you are interested in getting a website up. All right. So first, hey, they first talked about this a couple years ago and everyone was in a big old tissy fit about it, and now nobody cares anymore because the whole world goes meh, meh, meh. And the Xbox is now releasing the all digital version in Europe. So no more discs, no more anything. You just put this bad boy on the internet and it just downloads everything that you need, and it's an entirely system. This is this, guys, if you're a gamer, this is the end of gaming as you know it. You can no longer buy a game and play it as long as you have the hardware. This is complete, pure integration with all of the online services, all of the online systems. This is the end of gaming. It's the beginning of the end. You are now slaves sold to the Babylon of gaming. Think of that. So this is starting to sell in Europe, 229 euros. And like I said, there's no anything. You put it on the internet connection and everything is just downloaded. This was their goal a few years ago. There was enough uproar about it at that point in time. but now they're killing the used game market. They've been working on that. They've successfully done that for the most part. They're even killing stores like GameStop, and so there goes another store. And this is bad. This is not good. So very frightening. Very frightening. Even more frightening is, Samsung had this whole deal about these Galaxy foldable phones. $2,000 for a phone. Most of you guys looked at this and said, I wouldn't even pay like $1,000 for a phone. Well, it turns out that these amazing phones, they get pushed out. And, the phones that get pushed out, everyone's, talking about these flip foldable Galaxy phones. You open it up, it's like a little tablet, and they're just breaking in half. Literally on day one, nearly everybody who has received a preview copy of it, they are just breaking, they are snapping, they are having all sorts of issues. This one you can see they have a bulge on the right. So you can see that this is not technology that's ready to go to the market. Certainly not for $2,000. If you wanted to buy one of these things for $2,000, oh, you need a checkup from the neck up. I'm telling you what. But this is, this is what happens when you get all riled up about this new technology. This is so amazing. It's an awesome, huge flip-fold phone. And then the thing ends up being crap because, when you take some type of glass display and you start folding it, it tends to break. It doesn't take Chemistry 101 to figure this out. So, yeah, they're breaking left, right, and center. Samsung's like, we're investigating the few of these. Yeah, like everybody. Investigate a lot of them. Kind of frightening. But that's that, I guess. This is a neat one. Should I agree? I'll agree just so you guys can read the headlines. I don't agree, but anyway. From Business Wire, so Toyota, Denso, and SoftBank fund Uber's advanced technology group for $1 billion. Now, this is one of the challenges I have with some of these gig economy deals. These guys don't have this noble thing of having this workforce of self-employed contract drivers all over the world. That's not their end game. And if you are a driver for this company, do not rely on it in the long term. Their goal is to get you out of that seat so they can own the cars and all of the technology is self-driving. Now, Eli, the computer guy, I think it was the other day, did a great video talking about some of the problems with these technologies where if you're driving an Uber, one of the things that Uber has right now, Uber and Lyft that they have right now, is that the contractor brings the car and they have the car, not only the asset of the car, but the liability of the car. But while they're driving it, the guys in the back, think of the things that go on in the Uber cars already. It's already frightening. Think of a taxi. It's already frightening. Can you imagine what people in this country are going to do? Maybe all around the world, but United States particularly. We are the country that a hitchhiking robot started in Canada, traveled the world. His first day in United States, the robot gets mugged and decapitated in the city of brotherly love. Come on, people. These are Americans. Can you imagine what people are going to do in those cars if they're autonomous and there's not a human being in the car? I wouldn't want to be the second person in that car of the day. There's going to be something bad going on in those places. You're going to have people that just for the fun of it are going to be pooping on the seats. You're going to have vomit all over the place. You're going to have people vandalizing things. You might have people back there installing secret cameras. Who knows what's going to go on in the back of these things? All right. But the ultimate thing about these gig economy deals is that their ultimate task is not to give you, the drivers, a job. Their goal is to get you out of a job. Their goal is to get enough people to get rid of their cars and to rely on their services, and then they're going to pull the trigger. They're going to be the only ones that own the cars. It's all going to be automation, and now we are, once again, sold to Babylon. And this is a problem. So that is why these big companies are investing so much money in Uber right now. It says advanced technology groups. This is for the self-driving car group. This is the group in Uber working on the self-driving cars so that they can get the drivers out of the job and own everything. Right now, their biggest expense is paying people. That's their biggest expense, paying people. You get rid of that expense, their corporate profits go up drastically. They can cut their workforce by like 90%, keep a whole lot more profit for themselves, and that's kind of what their goal is. That's their end game. Resist. Hashtag resist. All right? Keep your car. Just don't put it on a car payment. They're like, oh, it costs so much money to own a car. No, it costs so much money to lease a car. It costs so much money to buy a new car. Get something with cash. I bought my car 10 years ago for $6,000. I've put like such minimum into that thing in 10 years. It doesn't cost a lot to run a car. It costs a lot if you're brain dead and you're leasing the thing, or if you're going up justifying your car payment. Realize the average car payment in America right now is $500 a month. That's ludicrously insane. Just buy cash for a car that works. Don't worry about how cool and impressive it is. But this is their end game. To get everybody to get rid of their cars, so they're the ones with the cars, and they're self-driving, and they get to keep more of the profit. And then you're reliant on them, so they can jack up your prices if they want to. Kind of fun. Oh man, there's more Facebook? Yeah, Facebook security lapse affected millions of Instagram users. Basically, they were storing your passwords for Instagram in plain text. Hashtag change your password. I mean, so yeah, yet another issue. I think by the way, I think the last several articles are security related. I had a few security ones that were great. So yeah, Facebook apparently, Instagram passwords apparently were in this. I had somebody sent me a client sent me a new project. They're like, can we maintain this site? I look at it. It's like, dude, this is a home brewed CMS. The username and the password are in the data. I don't even have to drill into the database. I just saw the field names were literally the admin username and the admin password in plain text. I'm like, that can't be this insecure. Copy, paste, boom. I had access to the site. I said, this site needs rebuilt. We need to burn this thing and get a new site that actually has a little bit of, maybe just a touch of security in it, you know? And so we're getting, you know, this is problematic. This is problematic. On to Microsoft. Microsoft has had some problems, all right? Number one major problem with Microsoft this week. Internet Explorer security flaw allows hackers to steal files. You're like, who uses Internet Explorer? That's not the question. The question is it installed in your computer? And unless you've actually manually uninstalled it, it's there. It doesn't matter if you use it. It's a loophole in the system that allows Internet Explorer to steal files even if you don't use Internet Explorer. The mere presence of it on your machine, which even includes the latest patched Windows 10 machines, will still allow people to get in there and steal your files. All right. Now, this article, actually, I didn't pull in the other one, but this article just says, oh, it's Internet Explorer. It turns out that Edge has the same mistake, the same problem. So there is something that is supposed to, if you download a file, it's supposed to get tagged with a line that says this is from the internet. And then if it's a file that opens in default, so like I think a GIF, default on a Windows system opens in Internet Explorer. So if you open a GIF and it opens up Windows Explorer, it's supposed to sandbox that instance. Well, if you're on Edge and you download it, it puts the tag on there twice and it confuses the system and removes the file from sandboxing. So whether you download it from Chrome or Firefox or Edge, this vulnerability allows a file to get into the Internet Explorer system and compromise actual systems on your operating system. So kind of funny. And the hilarious thing is they kind of said, we're tabling this for later. It's kind of considered a serious bug, though. Oh, this was an embarrassing one from earlier this week. It came out earlier this week. Apparently, since around January until around early April, Hackers could get into your Hotmail, Outlook, any accounts that were owned by Microsoft. Now, Microsoft says, oh, we figured this out, and they could only see subject lines. But the hackers actually said, oh, no, that's not true. We had contents of emails, and they proved it by sending some reporters some real contents of real emails. And so Microsoft is downplaying that this isn't all that serious, but the reality is a lot of people using Hotmail or Outlook or MSN email accounts, your total account could have been completely compromised. People may have known everything you're doing by reading through your emails. That's a huge concern, very huge concern. Microsoft did confirm this. I think that they have this patch at this point in time, but you never know. It's Microsoft. They don't patch things anymore. Their QA team's on permanent hiatus. And then, of course, if you are updating your system, I hope you're not using McAfee, because McAfee, Sophos, Avira, Avast, all of them, Windows Update just breaks the system. So if you have one of these, well, if you have Sophos, Avira, and Avast, Windows will not even update for you right now because you're using those systems. McAfee, they're investigating. Chances are they're going to block McAfee users from updating Windows as well. Basically, Windows Update kills the antivirus software. Maybe it's just their way of trying to get everyone on their own Windows Defender system. There's a thought. But yeah, apparently the patch released April 9th is completely breaking several different antivirus programs. So keep your computer secure with your antivirus. Of course, if you're on Windows 10, that you really can't, because Windows 10 updates keep on breaking antivirus. This is not a new thing. It happens a lot. Kind of frightening. Let me know what you think about all of these exciting stories in the comments down below. Did you have a problem with your McAfee breaking? I call it McAfee. I think it's McAfee. I don't know. My apologies. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below. You can help support the channel with the links up above me or in the description down below, and follow along on the social media platforms if you want to get regular updates. All right, let's see. Email me a link, Mel Gibson. Mozilla VP blamed Google for sabotaging Firefox on Twitter. Hit the YouTube top chat. Yep, it's annoying. Facebook should not be allowed to change their agreements. Not without individual user permission. Written individual user permission. Yep. P5 will have a disk. Good. Download games to lose them later because you are only buying time, not a title. Yep. Modern console game discs are a little more than download codes anyway. Then that's true. And that's, I think that what happened is they had to transition because they first tried to launch the diskless and the download code only. It caused a little bit of an uproar, but then that slowly changed things around to get the download codes. And now they're just like, hey, we've gotten to critical mass. We won't lose our addicted. This is like your dealer changing up your drug because you don't have a choice anymore, you know? One night-long strike and your libraries are gone. Yep. One lightning strike, your libraries are gone. Yep. AS Rock married to Microsoft. I have Vitality MOBA with no Linux support. The software that makes over-S clocking feasible. Yeah, I don't know. No games without a monthly fee. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, GameStop definitely did hurt itself in several things, but if you didn't catch the news not long ago, I think it was PlayStation, Sony's like, no, we're not selling stuff through you anymore. I mean, you can't go to the store and pre-order games anymore and things like that. So under some conditions, not all games, but under some conditions. Phone costs more than my gaming desktop. Yep. Yeah. It's not that the screens were peeling off. It's that nearly everyone that got them thought it was the screen protector and peeled the front top piece off. And that's what killed some of them, not all of them. Horrible to drop and crack a foldable $2,000 mobile. Yep. Because we all live like billionaires if we only eat once a day. Yeah. In fact, that does kind of remind me of... I'm not going to find it. It's an oatmeal cartoon about the scam of Apple. Going bad as a pre-installed screen protector. No, that's only a small portion. And here's the thing. This is the thing. The built-in pre-installed screen protector, that only caused a few of the issues. That's not what caused all of them. That only caused a couple of the issues. 1 billion ride-sharing software. Welcome to Johnny Cab. Yep. Next thing, we'll have hitchhiking robots looking for Sarah Connor. That's right. Sarah Connor. Call our trusty and honest... Yeah. Did anyone call our trusty and honest pirate cabs? Yeah. You can get cheaper cars under $50K, but those are not fancy. So? And frankly, no, you can still get very good cars for under $15,000. You can get good cars for under $10,000. I had a car payment I knew well enough to buy a car I could afford. Yep. You got starting a show like mine. Well, cool. Do it. Do it. I'll need a car sometime before too long. This would actually be my first vehicle that I would own. Be paying for it, if God wills. There you go. Yeah. Would I rent a vehicle? Yeah, there's that one car company that's starting out and they're only leasing cars. It's most profitable. Leasing a car is the #1 source of profit for a car dealer. You're basically paying them a whole lot of money to have the car for the depreciation period. You're paying them a lot of money. You give the car back to the dealership and they still sell it at a profit later. I'll give our old Honda Civic and runs like new. Had over 105K miles on it. And we'll probably run for another 100. Yep. Greetings, Michelle. How's it going there? Can burn water with your gasoline and gasoline motors. You crack the water and burn the hydrogen on the fly. No hydrogen cell needed. Interoception. That's right. Why would I give a company complete control if I make it to work? Yeah. My boss will need me there and I want to work. Yeah. Some problems in Microsoft? Lies. It's crucial to my well-being that I'm able to work. Yeah. Dope. Microsoft is stealing by paying a remote group to do it all while they're already doing it. MS patches its software in call centers of India. Called breaking a security you had installed and making it easier to rip off your data. Yeah. In the comments after you show, don't put it in the comments. You have to email it to me. If you put it in the comments, I will not look at it. Okay, Mark needs to be ejected from Facebook and new people need to be in there to clean it up. Yep. Greetings, William. How's it going there? You're on Ryzen. You can overclock from the terminal. Point to the doll exactly where the gates touched you. You know, down there is where Mr. Gates touched me. Some peeled itself, yeah. Mirage was, okay, yep. Injections matter to investigate concerning carbon deposits. All right. Well, I think it's probably about time that we feed the kitty, and then we'll hang out until the comments feed up, dry up, I guess. Oh, kitty. That's not the right one. There we go. I want this one. This is the one I want. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Come on. Here you go. Yeah. Good kitty, huh? Good kitty. Nope, right here. I don't have anything in my hand, cat. You're going to have to go in there for it. Go on. Oh, you didn't. You missed it. You missed it, buddy. You missed it. There you go. You made the effort. Had the old college try. And let's do a pretty one for this camera. Ow, that was my finger. Are your finger looking good? Yeah, your finger looking good? Yeah. Yes. All right, let's see if he hangs out with us for a little bit or if he just runs off. Sometimes he's just a fair weather friend. Strong with the world today. I don't know what it is. Yeah, something strange in the fridge today, and I don't know what it is. Why don't you just eat the cat? I heard they are tasty. Well, I mean, he's my backup plan. I mean, he's all nice and big, so in case the in case Armageddon comes or whatever, I at least have meals for a couple of days. Right, kitty? Right? Yeah. All right, looks like we are to the bottom of the comments, so we are going to go ahead and wrap this one up for the evening, guys. Is Toss still on? Do we need to go and raid Toss? Let's go see if Toss is still on. Yep, Toss is still on. So let's go ahead and raid Toss. So copy link address. We're going to jump on over to this guy. Jump on over to that stream, and then when you get there, go STL raid. And we will see you guys on over that way. So thanks for coming along, and hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.